How's it? And welcome to my podcast. My name is Sally. I am WoolDiaries on Ravelry and Instagram. This is episode 26, and today's date is the 4th of May. No, it's the 5th of May. My watch is wrong. Yeah. So it is 9:30 in the morning, and it's Tuesday. Duh. Yesterday was May the 4th be with you day. So I hope you all had an epic Star Wars day yesterday. I would like to welcome all new and returning viewers to my minutes of craziness. To everybody who has joined my group and who has commented, and you all just make me smile. Thank you. There has been talk in the group about doing a mama vertebrae along. And I said, okay, I'll twist my rubber arm. I'll make a third one. Actually, it'll be my fourth because I made a baby one, a newborn one. Did I make a newborn or a baby one? I don't know. So it will be my fourth one I've made. And I did say, please, just give me a chance to make another garment before I make yet another mama vertebrae. I can't. I need a change. I need a change. So I don't know when that's going to start. I don't know when it's going to start. We'll see. Let me get another garment out the way, and then we will start plotting and planning, and I'll give you some warning. That's the word I'm looking for. Warning. You need warning. So like I said, today is the 5th of May. The temperature here today is 11 to 27. Yes, busy mama, we have weather. Which is 52 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So not really autumn, not really winter weather, but it's dry. And how do I know it's dry? My sinuses are telling me, it's dry. My sinuses only act up when it's dry. So, in the sport this week, the Bulls played against the Lions at home, and they won. Thank the Pope. 35 to 33, which means because the Stoners got beaten by the Cheetahs, oh, I love you, Cheetahs, they are now second overall in the three countries combined log, and they are first in the South African Conference. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. Now this weekend they don't play, and then the following weekend they are on their overseas leg, so they're in New Zealand and Australia. So in the IPL, however, RCB played 2 games since I last saw you. They played against the KKR, which is the Kolkata Knight Riders, and it unfortunately got rained out. RCB did bat, but then it started to rain heavily, and so they rained out the game, and each team got 1 point. Then yesterday, the RCB played against the Chennai Super Kings, and I didn't watch. Why didn't I watch? Because I was running around with children. And RCB lost by 24 runs, which is quite a lot of runs. Anywho, I am now at a point, I'm such a chop. I decided to knit on today's podcast, but now my project, I can't go any further. So that wasn't a very clever idea. No. As I've said to my children, doorknob. Okay. Oh, excuse me. My yarn fell out. So, let's do FOs, because you can all see I'm wearing one. And, let me say, it is washed, it is blocked, and all the ends are woven in. So, this is for me, this is my second mama vertebrae, and it is long. I'm like halfway through. So it is nice and long, I love it. I do have some yarn left over, but I think it's about half a gram. It's just like 25 grams. It's not much. So yes, what did I do differently? I did more increases, so which I'm very happy. So it's not a armpit warmer like my other one is. It actually does. Why is it pulling my t-shirt so funny? Excuse me while I just dress myself. It does. It does cover more, and I've made it extra long because I currently have a store-bought grey jersey in my cupboard, which I wear to death. I've actually worn it to death. It needs to be chucked, but it's what I go to every single time I want to wear. I want to just pull something light on. I've caught it on the back, so it's got a big on the back, but I absolutely love it. This, I think, will replace that. And you're going, but Sally, it's so variegated. It's got all the colors. I have worn this while I was knitting it, measuring it and everything. So not planned. I have worn it with a green t-shirt. I have worn it with a blue t-shirt. I have worn it with a purple t-shirt. I have worn it with a pink t-shirt. And they all go. The only color I'm very unsure about would be red because of the amount of pink. But we'll see. We'll see. So I made this. And I said it to Gina, my yarn pimp already. Thank you for bringing this yarn to South Africa. It's absolutely stunning. And if you haven't knit with it, you do have to make sure that you've got a pattern that you don't mind a bit of stretching. And when I say that, I mean, this is an alpaca cotton blend. So there is some stretch in it. So I don't think it would be good if you... never mind, I'm useless at that, don't ask me. But I love it. It's so warm. It's so snuggly. It's so, oh, it's beautiful. As you can see, I did a garter. I wanted something that would lay flat and wouldn't compress. You can see I've still got the rib on the sleeves, and that's because this yarn really, it's got no bounce back because of the cotton. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's not the alpaca. Again, there's the only pooling that happened. Can you see? It's the only pooling that happened. And it's right down at the bottom, so it's fine. I wanted something that laid fat and didn't fat. I wanted something that laid fat, flat, and that didn't compress or concertina. So I did garter, and oh, I love it. It does lay nice and flat. Even before I blocked it, it was all flat. It didn't, you know what I mean. So yes, this is now, oh, I want to make them all. I want to make one in every colorway that my yarn pimp has. The yarn pimp should actually be quite finished, near the finished hers. I need to check with her when we finish. I don't have my phone. I did not bring any electronic devices with me while I record. I thought I was very good. So I finished this on Friday morning, Thursday, Friday, sometime last week. No, not that back. Not this back. Okay, so I have to make a blanket square. Now I've got some obligation knitting this month, and it's caused me a bit of stress because it just does. It does. But it's all about the decision making, what I'm going to knit and out of what I'm going to knit it. So the first thing I knit was the blanket square. I have finished it, however you cannot see it. I have taken a photo of it. So next week, yes, I will edit and I will put the picture in next week, because hopefully by then I would have been able to gift it. So I used Quince & Company, oh Dorcas, Finch, which is 100% American wool. I used it in the pomegranate colorway. It is a fingering weight. And I got it in a D-stash. I don't like it. So here's the remnants. There you go. Don't like it. It's hard. And it's springy. I don't know. Are we just spoiled in South Africa with our soft merino yarns that we get? Or the blends that people import from overseas? I just found this very... I haven't, to be honest, I have washed and blocked the square. I haven't actually gone and felt it for if it's softened up. I hope it has. I'm sure it has. Fingers crossed it has. So that was my other info, which I can't show you today, but I will show you next week, I promise. Hopefully. Well, promise, hopefully. Those two words don't go together. Okay, so I have 2 FOs this week. I love this jersey. You all need to plan for your mama vertebrae for when we do our knit along. You want one of these. And if you can get it in Manos Serena, do it. Because it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. I tell you, no lies. So what happened was, I've got to do another project for the South African swap. We are doing a winter accessory swap, and we each got a partner, and we have to make an accessory for our partner. Knit or crochet, or weave, if you weave, although there's not that many weavers in South Africa. A winter accessory for your partner. So I finished my square on Sunday. No, Saturday. Yes. I finished my square on Saturday. And an yarn. Now I knew which yarn I wanted to use. I wanted to use these colors, which just happened to be a leftover from the wearable blanket that I knit, which I never wear. I should actually just frog it. So it is Rowan. I don't want to lie to you. Pure wool 4-ply. And that is, they come in 50-gram balls. Doesn't say what, it just says 100% wool. So there's a grey, which is called Shell on their website. There's a light pink, which is called Shell on their website. And there's a white, which is called Snow on their website. So I knew I wanted to use these 2 colors. But it was, what do I want to make out of these 3 colors? And I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked. Do I want to make a shawl? Do I want to make... I knew I wasn't going to knit socks. Do I want to make a shawl? Do I want to make fingerless mittens? Do I want to make a cowl? Do I want to make a hat? I couldn't decide. Okay, I couldn't decide. I was trawling Ravelry. I was finished. So eventually I said, right, I'm not even going to use this yarn, because unless it's a striped color work thing, I can't use those 3 to make like an... And then I thought I'd do a Zuzu's petal and start it in the one color, then the next color, then. And I thought, no, that's going to look nasty. It's going to look like I don't have enough yarn to make the whole project in one color. So then I was, and this is what I hate about obligation knitting. So I know exactly what I want to make for myself. But what do I want to make for other people? Completely different ballgame. So what did I do? Instead of settling on a pattern, I went out. Oh no, wait, there's more. Please hold. Your call will be attended to. I said to Sally Jane, right, I will make one of your shawls, but I don't want to make one that you have to pick up the lace edging. So tell me, oh, and I don't want to make your winter is coming because I need to make that for somebody else. I already know exactly who that's going to. So I don't want to make that one. Which one can I make? So she said, okay, let's do the jacaranda. Get your yarn that you're going to use, weigh it, and then she'll do the math as to when I'm supposed to stop and do, and she'll help me figure out the ledge bordering, the lace edging. So cool beans, get the yarn out that I want to use, not the one I just showed you now. Got other yarn out, weighed it, cool. We worked out how much I needed to knit before we did the border. She was going, after I got to that stage, I needed to give her the stitch count and we were going to do some math. Well, she was going to do the math. I didn't do math. And then we were going to knit this. I think I started that blinking shawl, and it's got nothing to do with the pattern. It's all user error. Idiot 10. What? ID 10. IDT 10 error. About 6 times. Like I said, it's nothing to do with Sally Jane's pattern. It's nothing to do with Sally Jane's pattern writing abilities. Those were all awesome. It's just me, and clearly my brain space wasn't working then. So I said to her, okay, I'm not doing this now. We'll do this. I'll start it tomorrow and on Monday. And yeah. So then I sat there and I was like, okay, but now I've got nothing to knit. I was like, oh, I'm so bummed. Was Friday a public holiday here? It was Whackers Day. So then I must have finished this on Thursday because my children were not home. Oh, never mind. I need to remember to do that. Aren't you all lucky you don't have ADHD brain? So what did I do on Sunday night? Well, what happened was, let me give you, so now I'm going to go and do Sally Jane's jacaranda shawl. And now I go to my stash and I'm like, right, what have I got? Now I have a metric ton of nurturing fibers in single skeins because am I a bit addicted? Yes, to that in Regia. Although Regia, no, actually I think the nurturing fibers is a bit more than Regia. So in my Regia stash, I have these little, what are they, 25-gram balls. Sally, why did you buy them? Because they're so stinking cute. Did you have anything in mind? No, they're just so stinking cute. So they're little 25 grams balls, and they're teeny tiny, and they're so cute. And they're for babies, they're not for adults. So I've got, currently, because I've used some, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are more, I need to go get more. I might be going today. There are 5. No, count, 6. 6. I can count, I promise. It's a huge joke at Yarmies that if it goes over 2, Sally can't count it. But then they give me the bill to sort out. Thank goodness for calculators. So, what did I do? I cast on a barn raising square. Now this is not the barn raising square pattern because I don't have the book. There's a free one on Ravelry, which I haven't put up my project page yet because I'm a bit embarrassed that I did this. Can you see? I will link it once I do my, I'll probably do that today for you all. Can you see that? Okay, so now because I was so lazy on Sunday, I'm doing it on 3.25 millimeter needles because it's in the bag I was using for my mama vertebrae, and I knit my mama vertebrae on 3.25, so I just went, I'm going to knit it on the same one. I have done 20, I've got 20 stitches. Oh, I'm showing you the yucky side. 20 stitches in between the corners, and I kind of like this size. It's not too small and it's not too big, and I don't know if I'm going to get enough to, I didn't weigh this when I started, I should have. I will the next one. I might be able to get another one out of this. That would be cool if I could get 2 squares out of 1 bollocky of the yarn. Now I know there are other colorways because like I said, I have used some and I've gifted some, and so I am off to Arthur Bales today because I don't have enough of the 3 colors to do my sock knitting. So Sunday, what were you thinking, Sally? Cast on another freaking WIP because you don't have obligation knitting to do. No. So yesterday I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, I really want to use those 3 colors. My heart has been set on these 3 colors. And I was getting a bit bummed out because I really wanted those 3 colors to work. I love the color that I chose for the jacaranda shawl, but it wasn't really what I wanted to knit. I really wanted to knit these 3. And are you not supposed to knit what you really want to knit? So I trawled Ravelry and I found a pattern that works with it. I cannot show you because I know my swap partner watches, so I cannot show you. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. No, I am sorry, because I hate it when I watch podcasts that do that. Oh, I'm knitting on these, but I can't show you. So what else have I been doing? So last week, well, for a while now, I've been telling you I've been doing my sock yarn blankets. And I have, but I kind of stalled out again. Oh, you know, really, this blanket like is going to be done in fits and starts. So I am on Michelle Hutch, the very awesome, talented lady who dyed all these mini skeins. And then she split them all up. Okay, but first of all, let's start. You haven't seen quite a bit. So let's start down here. So last time I showed you, it's so full of dog hair. You'd swear it was big enough for him to sleep on. So last time you saw, I'd finished that one. I've done those 2, which are left over from my 3-in-1. This is the purple, and this is the dark grey. Is it 3? Yes, 3-in-1. Which is an awesome pattern too. And I think we should do that as an along as well. I love that pattern. I want all of them. So now what you haven't seen is you haven't seen any of this row that I've done now. I'm still not finished. Sorry, Michelle. It's so not because I had to say something to you today. It's so not because I don't enjoy your colors. They make me very happy. I've just had no mojo to do this. I mean, it sits next to my bed in the bag, and next to it is the bag with all the the minis. I just haven't gone to it. So this row, we're looking at this row, people, the top row. This is all Michelle's. Now they are, okay, so I will tell you, until I tell you, all of these were dyed by Michelle. This one was not dyed by Michelle. And this one was not dyed by Michelle. The rest of them, how cool is that? It reminds me of ice cream. The rest of them, including the one that I'm busy with, were all dyed by Michelle. Okay, now I'm going to show you the back of my blanket, because my blanket, the ends are getting woven in quite frequently. See? Oh. And then we stop. But that's okay. But that's okay. Because it's not that many. So that's my blanket. I do love this and I want it finished. But like I said to Sally Jane yesterday, I said, I'm having a problem with the fact that the squares go too quickly. Then you have to start all over again. And then they go too quickly. I wanted something that I could just carry on knitting on. Just like carry on and on. And it took a little bit more time. Oh, yeah, please hold on. I've now tangled this little bollocky of yarn all through the legs. Oh, and don't lose this other DPN, because I'm not buying more DPNs because I don't use them. Devil pointed needles. Michelle, go and get dressed. That's what I had to tell her, because she watches while she eats breakfast. That's what I had to tell her. Go and get dressed, Michelle. So those are all my WIPs. 2 I can show you, 1 I can't. And I'm not too sure when I'm going to be able to show you one. The swap parcel, swap accessory. Because it all depends on when she opens it. Last postage date is the end of May. But I will post mine if I'm finished beforehand. So that was that. So now I want to chat quickly about my goals, because we haven't done any of my goals for a while. So I'm going to today do my personal goals. Stash down, throw down. I feel that it's a yes, I am achieving it. But I really need to do some proper calculations. The other day I sat down and I did a rough. Was it in this book? And then I nearly had a heart attack. No, it wasn't in this book. I nearly had a heart attack because it was something like out only 2,000 something meters, and then in was nearly 6,000 meters. So I don't know if that's right or wrong. I definitely haven't bought any lace yarn. So, oh, I did in January. So I need to do some calculations on that. Double knitting and color work? No. Knit my queue. I'm a vertebrae. It wasn't in my queue because I took it out last year, because I did it last year. No, I haven't. Knit my queue. Need to get on that. 2 missions a month for Starfleet. No. So I haven't done that. So have not done that. I've been epically bad with February, March, April submissions. Very bad. This month I didn't even do the captain's submission. So fail. 6 garments for myself. Would have been 3 if I hadn't ripped out the towel. But now I've only got 2, which is okay. It's fine. I've done 2 for the year. I know what the orange is going to be a boxy. It definitely is. I still need to check yardage. I haven't done that because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this month, because I've got the swap knitting to do. I've got the winter is coming shawl to do for a friend of mine. And I've got May socks still to do. So I don't think I'm going to do a garment this month. Fine. I can live with that. 15 pairs in 2015 socks, obviously. I've done 8 pairs. Now, my overall goal is to always have 31 pairs, so that I have a pair of socks a day to wear during the coldest month of the year here, which is July and August, or August, depending. I find August colder than July. This week, they kind of took her down. The socks I wore on Monday and yesterday blew holes in them. Both were non-nylon based yarns. So clearly Sally cannot wear socks without nylon, or I need to reinforce it with nylon. But that's a bit difficult to do with the one pair. It would have been okay. I could have gotten a nylon thread to knit with it. That would have gone. But the other pair were very nicely variegated. So I wouldn't have known which color thread to have used so that it didn't mess up the variegation. But anywho, that's something I need to investigate. Or just not knit socks without nylon in them. The other thing to do with the socks is the Sally and Sally Sock Club, and that's an epic win, because I've done January, February, March, and April. So that leads us straight into May. So my parcel came. Okay, we had a public holiday on Friday. Sally Jane, in all honesty, did send my parcel before Friday, unlike me, who sent April's only after April had started. But because of the public holidays and blah, 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 fish paste, and he said I wasn't home, which is a complete lie, I didn't get it until yesterday. So we video chatted each other yesterday, and we opened our yarn together, because if you remember correctly, Sally Jane showed last week our yarn Autumn Surprise from Electric Carnation. Then the talented M was in paper bags. Well, it was in 2 paper bags. She really made sure that we couldn't see it. She doesn't watch because she's got awful internet where she is, but I really wish she would, because myself and Sally Jane bang on about how amazing her stuff is. So what did I get in my package? I'm going to show you everything else, but for now. So I got, check this. Can you see? It is a Sugar Skull baking stamp. Give your treats a twist. Oh, you can remove it. Oh, I did not know that that's so stinking clever. Anywho, she WhatsApped me a picture of this and she said, do you want it? I was like, of course I want it. So how cool is that? Can you see? Oh, I love it. I love it. So cool. Side note. Somebody said to me the other day, did you see there's a South African bake-off, the Great Bake-Off coming? So I was like, yeah, it'll be quite cool to watch. They said, are you going to enter? I said, not unless you can bring stuff that's made from boxes or from Woolworths. Because I'm not a baker. Unless it's in a box or I can get it at Woolworths. Then I'm a fantastic baker. But this, what did we find? This I will use. So I got that. Then I got my pre-opened mini skeins. And I did long before I started the podcast, I sent the Pinkhead Nutcase a WhatsApp message saying, I have a feeling it was Suze that sent us the mini scans, but please confirm. And of course she hasn't, because, you know, it's too early. So I want to show you my mini scans I got from, I'm sure it's Suze. I'm sure it is. I'm absolutely positive, but you know what? It just would have been nice to have been confirmed. Ooh. No man, I swear I was going to do this, not like a noodle like Sally Jane. There you go, and I can do it. So, there are my lovely mini scans I got, and they've all got tags on, so I know exactly what they are. They're of course Regia, except for the purple. These four are Regia, because she knows my soul. She knows my soul. This one is Ripple Crafts. Very nice. This one, beautiful purple, is Ripple Craft. So I got those. What else? Now you want the main course, don't you? Now you really want to know what we got. So I got a bag from Anne's Work Basket. Very nice. I love it. Why? Because it's got Afrikaans words on it. It says, huh? Okay. These things are not, they're not. Daar ver op ons plaasie. Okay, but this side, does this side say liefde, lekker? I don't know what that. Bosveld Lente, which is bushland autumn. I don't know what that says. Can't read it. Some of the scriptures and some of the sentences are broken off just because they're. Kinders moenie in die water mors nie. Children mustn't mess in the water. Oh, that's an odd sign. So that's our beautiful bag. It's lovely. It's got red inside, and it's got not an owl. We've got a dog. We've got a heart charm on this one. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I need to fix that. So May was autumn. So the bag goes perfectly with the red of the leaves. Well done, Sally Jane. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. The yarn is epic. It's from M Electric Carnations. It's called Autumn Surprise. And it is silver and grey and browns and reds and oranges. So we're trying to figure out what it is, if it's a striping or if it's a variegated. And I actually had to rewind mine because I carried on pulling out and pulling out. So what we can tell is, and if we're wrong, bonus, because then it's like a double surprise, is that it is self-striping. However, the stripes are not solid colors. The stripes are variegated. If I'm right. These are going to be cast on today after I get back from Otterbus. So hopefully next week, no man, not hopefully, next week I will be able to show you what it looks like. I'm so excited. I love getting these surprise ones from the dyers. We have no idea what they're going to do. I love giving the dyers, and I think that's the funnest thing apart. One of the funnest things apart. One of the funnest. I'm not going to. One of the things I enjoy about this, there you go, sock club that Sally and I are doing together is we don't know, even ourselves when it's our month, what we're going to get, what the diet, because we've just said, like, last month I said to Michelle from Heartland for the painting egg socks, I just said to her, Easter. I said to her, I trust your color sense. I have nothing preconceived about what it's going to look like. I have no ideas either. Take it, Easter. And look what she came back with. Something that I would have never in my wildest dreams thought Michelle to have done. Michelle does, her yarns are a lot muted and subtle and very beautiful, but not such vibrant colors like that. I was blown away. And I think Sally Jane did that with Emma. I think she just said autumn. I'm not too sure if she sent Sally, Emma a picture. I've done it with June. June is Youth Day, and I did it with that. I've already got it. Very good girl. It's sitting in my cupboard, all wrapped still. Also from Michelle from Heartland. I said to Michelle, it's Youth Day. And the only thing about youth that I want you to incorporate is the color orange, because orange is youth is represented by orange. August, I was very, very clear about what I wanted, and I know exactly what it is. I'm so stinking excited for August. I could just platz. What's my next month? August. October's my next month, Halloween. I know exactly what I want. I've asked the dyer to give it to me exactly as it is. And then December's my next month, and I haven't even I don't know what to do for December. Still thinking on December. Watch this space. I think I've got it, and then I'm like, nah, don't want to do that. Need to do something else. So, my friends, I have spoken to you now for a good long time. My washing machine is finished, which means I need to go hang it up. I need to put the next load in. I need to go to Arthur Bales today. I need to go to CNA because the boys are like, Mom, we need. And I need to do this thing that I wrote it down before I forget it again. So, I didn't say it last week, and I don't know why I didn't say it last week, but this week I'm going to say, remember, if you want to see progress, knit on only one thing. However, what was that saying that your mother always used to say to you? Do as I say, not as I do.